Okay, so in this video, I'd like to talk about fasting and the benefits of fasting. So a lot of people think that fasting is starving, and it can be if you haven't worked your way up to it. So what you need to do is you need to get your body adapted to be able to burn fat, produce ketones, and then also adapt to using ketones as energy. So if you haven't done that before you go into a fast, it'll be very uncomfortable and can actually be considered starving, and it'll put the body into a little bit of shock. So you work up to it. So you start off with your 3 meals a day with no snacking. You go into your 2 meals a day with no snacking. We'll do 1 meal a day from time to time with no snacking. And then we'll go back to a 2 meal and we'll see how it goes. And then we go into a fast. So what starts to happen with an intermittent fast, like when you have an 18-hour fast, so in other words, you'll eat at 6 o'clock in the evening and you go through to 12 p.m. the next day, then you would have 18 hours of not eating anything. That is wonderful for the body. Everything starts to reset. There's something that's called autophagy, which starts where it starts to break down bad, broken down proteins and break them into particles so that it can be used as protein in the body, like a healthy, usable protein in the body. It also starts to deplete the body of glycogen, which is used from sugar and carbohydrates, or made from sugar and carbohydrates when trying to fuel the body. And the body starts to use fat as fuel more than sugar and carbohydrates as fuel. Then, if you start going into a 24-hour fast, the body starts to produce stem cells and human growth hormone. So stem cells then start to get produced and they start to go into the body and gravitate towards areas of the body that are injured, whether it's internal injuries that you don't even know about, like your liver or so on, or possibly a back injury or a knee injury or whatever it is. Stem cells gravitate to those injuries and they start to recover them. You'll also start producing human growth hormone, like I just mentioned. The human growth hormone then starts to rebuild muscle in the body, and it really starts to make the body strong. It's actually the youth hormone. So when you're very young, like up to the age of 20, you have huge amounts of human growth hormone in the body, which means you're burning fat, your body's strong, your muscles have very, very strong fibers that make them strong and they tear less easily. And then as you get older and you start reaching your 30s, your body's producing less than 50% of what it was when you were in your teens or even your very early 20s. So human growth hormone is also the fat burning hormone. So when you have a lot of human growth hormone in your body, you start burning fat. So it's like kind of the opposite to insulin, because insulin is the fat burning blocker. You stop burning fat when you have high insulin levels in the body, or any insulin levels in the body for that matter. So then you go on to like a 48-hour or 72-hour fast. At this point, you start, if there's any problem like cancer in the body or anything like that, it starts to kill off the cancer cells. The cancer cells start starving because cancer cells grow off two things or live off two things. And that one is glucose, which is sugar, and the other one is glutamate. So you can stop the sugar by not eating any sugar, but you can't stop the glutamate because it's contained in most foods. It's contained less so in fatty foods, but it's still contained there. So the cancer cells still get quite a lot of fuel from any food that you eat. So a fast, if you still have it in you to do that, is the best thing. So it starts to commit suicide. These cancer cells start to commit suicide, and the good cells start to feed off them. So it literally eats away at this in your body. So it's a good thing. And you can continue on. If you're someone who's obese and you want to fast, you can actually, under the supervision of someone who knows what they're doing, you can go on for 100 days if you want to. If you look down at your body and you see any fat on your body, there are quite a few meals there that you can have while you're not actually putting something in your mouth. But you've got to condition the body to be able to do that. So you can fast for as long as you like. There are just a few things you have to keep in. You have to keep putting your B vitamins in your body. So we use a lot of nutritional yeast, and you have to keep your electrolytes in. You've got to keep your electrolytes in your body, because your body just will not function without electrolytes. So your B vitamins and your electrolytes, and you can literally eat away at the fat on your body. Don't let anybody tell you that you're eating away at the muscle, because you're not. You're eating away at the fat. The body likes to eat the fat on the body. It's a good fuel for it, so it goes for that. It doesn't go for the muscle. It goes for the muscle when there's heavy stress going on in your life. Then the body starts to turn the protein in the body into glucose, which then turns it into fat. So it does the other thing, does it the opposite way around. But if you are just fasting and you're taking your electrolytes and you're taking your nutritional yeast, you can just keep going as long as you have excess fat on your body. So fasting is extremely healthy. It's very good for you. It gets your digestive system doing what it's supposed to do. These Homo sapien bodies were not designed to snack all day and have 3 meals a day. They were designed to eat very rarely. So if once a day they got to eat when they're 5,000, 10,000 years ago, that was a lot. So these bodies are designed to do that. And that's why you see so much sickness in the world today, is because people are doing things that these bodies were not designed to do. They are eating way too frequently. And even if you're eating healthily way too frequently, you can still end up with diabetes, which means there's something out with this whole diet of the Western world right now. And fasting is the answer to it. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you got something out of it, and you got some technical information, and I hope you've made a decision to try a fast. And please follow us on Instagram and Facebook and the rest of our social media, and I hope you enjoyed this video.